What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
You must have an opinion of Dorian.
Who hasn't? The man could cause a scene standing quietly in the center of an empty room. Still, I do believe he has your best interests at heart, for all that he delights in mocking them from time to time.
I'd love to know how you and Sarah get along.
I know she extracts gossip from the servants, and she keeps prying into things. Sarah's ability to vanish whenever her mischief's discovered must come in handy, however. We'll speak later.
Is all quiet in the hissing wastes.
Any remaining Venatori are stragglers. I imagine their failure has set heads rolling.
Откатила сохранку, сейчас другую специфику Инквизиции перепрокачаю. Связи. Сейчас мы будем общаться с дворянами, знатью. Что мы там хотели-то? Это у нас уже открыто. Оставлю тогда это.
Let's see what we have. Inquisitor.
Тут квест, который нам стал доступен после того, как мы освободили рабов от Венатори в свистящих пустошах. Задание появилось на столе ставки командования нанять бывших рабов за деньги.
All right.
Мы эту девушку отправили на глубинные тропы, а здесь почему-то появилось задание, что она просится к нам на глубинные тропы. Вместе с нами хочет зачищать их, оправдать наше доверие. Сейчас нужно подождать и запустить еще другие задания.
Imagine their failure has set heads rolling.
На императрицу готовится покушение. Смерть Селины посеет в Орле и хаос, и страна станет легкой добычей для корифея. В Зимнем дворце Халамширала Селина под видом пышного бала проводит мирные переговоры со своим двоюродным братом, великим герцогом Гаспаром. Будут присутствовать все дворяне империи, и засланному убийце будет легко нанести удар от 12 до 15 уровня.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Céline will be meeting for peace talks with usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became empress, and he a general in the Imperial army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Shiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briella is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briella could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Exactly what would be required to get that Imperial support?
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, Gaspard. Finding him is my priority.
Are you serious? That is a grave allegation, my friend. A foreign power meddling now, of all times? I have no doubt this Tevinter is hiding within the ranks of the Elven delegation. They're up to something. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Tell me there's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy.
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine's. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that elf. She certainly has reason. Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
An elf savage? Oh, make her forbid!
This is Gaspard's idea of a joke.
You there! Rabbit! Have you seen a ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
Is this ring particularly valuable?
Its worth in coin is not as important as its social value. It was a gift from a member of the Council of Heralds. If she finds out I lost it, she will never forgive me. Not even if I live to be 1,000 years old.
You're not going to find it standing here.
How rude! Can you not spare a moment of pity for a soul in need? Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
It's been too long since I've had any word from Val Raiо.
What is Gaspard up? Wouldn't surprise me if he brought you. For a year as a prank.
the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
Foreigners. Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Is it true the Inquisitor was headed out of the Fate?
Where has that servant gone? Elves. Always shy. Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Celine are in the same room.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
You're just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. And Raste watch over us all.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A Dalish? No, that cannot be.
Solus has already gone inside. I'm not sure about the others.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better. This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal
I wish there
armor
was
would
more
have been
news
better.
coming from the Grand Cathedral.
Good news is becoming an increasingly rare commodity.
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing is atrocious.
Why would she do such a thing now? I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wing is sealed. How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace with a war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
Interesting. Just gossip. Boring.
If nothing else, the Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how pious she is.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor. And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellen. Shepherd and leash of the Wayward Order of Templars, purger of the heretics from the ranks of the faithful, champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed, hero of Orlais, right hand of the Divine. Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Arantium, son of Lord Magister Hallwood Pavus of Azariel. The Lady Inquisitor's elven serving man, Solus, Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Homley, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and left hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Я не могла промолчать. Солоса представили как слуга Инквизиции. Всех достаточно представительно представили, а вот Солоса не очень учтиво с моей стороны, я считаю.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I am delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauties. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my men? Are they in good health? Do they want for anything?
The same as always.
Meaning she's after you to do more work.
You always take her side.
I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties.
Stop slouching.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her?
If I have to clean
Inquisitor,
up another puddle.
please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true
true? You found the Red Templars sacrificing heretics and drinking blood from mages' veins.
Yvette!
Everyone in Antiva City is saying so. Is it true?
There was dark magic there, yes. But none of it so visceral.
Oh, did you check everywhere?
That's quite enough, Yvette. Really.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of.
The dancing is so dull, Your Worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Val Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette! That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bits.
I'll see you later.
Another time. Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
It's true. The Templars have returned to the...
What were they doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. Other people. Not you.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
We'll talk later.
I await your suit.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since
Can I
his
get you a
regiment
drink,
joined the
Commander
fight.
Cullen?
No, sir.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor. Another time, perhaps?
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too gullible. Are all the Delonces here?
Maker, I hope not.
I have an idea, Josephine. You should invite all the family to Skywood for the summer.
They only want to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
You think she's controlling the minds of the court? That's powerful blood magic.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
You don't seem to care much for the ball.
Orlesians pretend their petty squabbles are a game. Yes, let us treat murder, corruption, and deceit as delightful amusements. How wonderful. We are here to save Empress Celine, and it galls me. Why does she merit our protection? The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard is the leader Orlais needs in this crisis.
You support the Civil War?
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me, however, I would let Celine fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
Stay alert. We don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
Нужно подумать, может, я и соглашусь с Кассандрой и с Каланом. Скорее всего, перед нами поставят выбор. Возможно, я выберу Гаспара.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Fae. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy to refill my glass.
Do you have any interest in dancing?
A great deal. Although dancing with an elven apostate would win you few favors with the court. Perhaps once our business here is done.
I'll be back.
And well.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too gullible.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Lords now.
He should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes. Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic. What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the Council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually, along with their vassals. What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, don't head into the servants' wing if you value your neck. Not one elf's gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important. The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Funny that she couldn't give me this message when we spoke.
Oh, she could not speak freely in front of the entire court, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
This is a private conversation.
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the elite of Tevinter carry on?
You could almost mistake this for a soiree in the Imperium. The same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes. It's lacking only a few sacrificial slaves and some blood magic. But the night is still young.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
Other than an overabundance of lavender perfume? No, nothing extraordinary.
What if your mother were actually here? Where'd we be then?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty picturing that.
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She certainly always has.
I appreciate that you were willing to come here.
And expose myself to all this exquisite finery and exotic wines? Such hardship.
Not everyone's likely to be friendly. That's all I meant.
It's true. You'd think I smelled of cabbages the way they wrinkle their noses. It's of no concern, but thank you.
I'd better get back to the party. I should look around.
That wasn't Rusty's herald?
The Maker certainly didn't choose her for her wit.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Makes me nervous.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds.
Should have considered that before threatening to burn them.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else. We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Good to know.
Is it true the Assembly is considering naming another paragon? 3 in a single generation.
Her name has been submitted, but it'll take years before they come to a decision. The Surface Smith? Unlikely.
Waste of time.
Leave us. Leave us.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
I'll be back.
And well.
Just gossip.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too
Should
gullible.
have considered that before threatening to burn them.
Did you hear what Gaspar said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Well, well. What's this?
Inquisitor Lavellon, is there something I can do for you? I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh, yes! This is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Waste of time.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspar. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Another time, my lord. Just gossip. Well, that's useful.
say on...
Anyone have a report on the casualties and the deaths?
Cantervale, bearer of the Viridium signet of bravery and the...
It's been too long since I've had any word from Val Raiо.
of Antiva City.
Inquisitor?
I heard the Inquisition was here.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Lady Von Blanchard.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Val Raio.
Inquisitor, was there something you needed?
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Look at Lady Cambian's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds, and those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambian's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambian acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Olay. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Have you seen anything interesting?
Oh yes. Halam Shiral is lousy with scandals and scheming. But no sign of a Tevinter infiltrator, I'm afraid.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
I still remember the day they came to tell me that... Another time, perhaps?
Получили немного времени, сейчас нужно верхний этаж осмотреть. Там еще какая-то зашифрованная загадка с завесным огнем. А у нас будет тратиться очки влияния и время. Поэтому я заранее сохранилась. Эти эльфы не хотят с нами говорить.
Leave us.
Так.
I hope you're enjoying
Есть
yourself.
какие новости? Так, танцы в конце нашего квеста.
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
I'll be back.
And well.
После того, как второстепенное задание выполним, пойдем узнавать сведения в агенте Корифея. Там можно поговорить со стражей. Я пока туда не иду.
I'll be ready for your signal, provided this spicy punch isn't as strong as it seems.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
Did you see what that marquis is wearing? That suit is a greater crime than anything we're looking for.
Try not to get too drunk while I'm gone.
You ask so much of me.
What is Lady Pentecost wearing?
Я знаю, где эта дверь. Нам нужно выйти вниз. Потом сюда вернемся. Правда, я уже не первый раз здесь пробегаю. Если мы провалим квест, я откачу сохранку. Вначале я не сдержалась, не хотела искать кольцо, после того, как нашего инквизитора оскорбили остроухой. Нам нужно было ответить по-другому, тогда бы у нас влияние было больше на весточку. Как нам выйти вместе? В сад? Как нам выйти в сад?
Good to know.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted?
We have reserves of food supplies that last a few months, but the king wants trade resumed before panic starts.
Нужно изучить обстановку в людской и поискать агента Бриала. Я не знаю, где эта обстановка. Просто боюсь активировать сейчас основное задание в поиске агента Корифея, и вдруг у нас сбросятся второстепенные задания.
does could win over.
I had no idea.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Val Raiо.
Servant gone. Elves, always shirking their duties.
I had no idea.
Мы ведь можем обсудить этот вопрос по-взрослому, правда? Мы оба знаем, что те ресурсы, какими владеет Бриала, могут решить исход не только нашей войны, но и любой войны в принципе. Их следует подчинить империи, вряд ли ты будешь с этим спорить. Сейчас она большая угроза для Орлея. Чем что бы то ни было, если мы с тобой объединим усилия, то лишим ее таких возможностей. Думаю, что она склонна вести переговоры, не обманывая себя. Ты знаешь лучше прочих, понимаешь, что это невозможно.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom. That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now. Third bell. Crap. Now I'm just plain late.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition. Fabled herald.
Это у нас Морриган из Origins, вырванный из схватки тени Ванисом Андрасте. Что же могло привести столь возвышенную персону в императорский дворец? Хотелось бы мне знать. Сами-то это знаете?
If you want something, say it.
I am Mорриган. Some call me advisor
Советница
to
императрицы
Empress
Селина
on matters of the arcane.
по магическим вопросам.
You have been
Мы были очень заняты
very
весь
busy
вечер.
this
Обшарили
evening,
каждый темный уголок
hunting in
двора.
every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and
Возможно, мы
I
с вами
hunt the
выслеживаем
same
одну и ту же добычу.
prey.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and
Недавно я обнаружила и убила
an unwelcome
незваного
guest within these very
гостя в
halls,
этих самых стенах.
an agent
Твинтерского лазутчика.
of Tevinter. So I offer you this,
Так что
Inquisitor.
я предлагаю вам
A
это.
key
Инквизитор,
found
ключ,
on the
который
Tevinter's body.
нашла убитого
Where it
Твинтерца.
leads, I
Не
cannot
зная,
say.
от какой он двери,
Yet, if
если
Selene
Селина
is in
действительно в
danger, I cannot
опасности,
leave
я
her
не могу
side long enough
покидать
to
ее
search.
надолго. А
You
вот вы можете.
You left Selena alone.
Вы оставили
Is
Селину
that
одну,
wise?
разумно ли
I
это?
must return to her anon,
А
but
мне
she
уже
is
пора
safe
вернуться
enough
к ней,
for the
но она
moment.
в достаточной
Would be
безопасности.
a great fool
Глупо
who
было
strikes at her in public in
покушаться
front
на ее
of
жизнь
all
при
her
всех, на
court
глазах у
and the
двора и
Imperial
стражи.
Guard.
What's your interest
Почему
in
вы защищаете
protecting Empress
императрицу
Selene?
Селину?
Are you her
Ее
bodyguard?
телохранитель?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to
Если
Selene,
что-нибудь
eyes
случится с
would turn
Селиной, подозрения
first to
первым
her
делом
occult
падут на
advisor,
ее советницу,
even if they knew
даже если моя
otherwise.
невиновность
There
будет
are
очевидна.
sharks in the water,
В
and I
мутной
will
воде
not fall
плавают
prey to
акулы, а
them.
я не
Not
собираюсь
now,
становиться их
not
жертвой.
ever.
Ни сейчас, ни потом.
Why did you kill the
Почему
agent?
вы убили
He might have had
лазутчика? Он
useful
мог знать
information.
что-то важное.
I would not have slain the man
У меня
on
нет
sight
привычки
had he
просто
not
так
attacked
убивать
me
всех, кого я
first.
вижу, но он пал
Why?
первый.
Undoubtedly, I
Почему?
caught him in an illicit
Видимо,
act.
потому что я
I
застала
did not
его.
know from
Я
whence
не
he
знала,
came
кто он
until after the
такой.
battle, and
До
regret
самого конца
only that I
драки, к
could not
сожалению,
capture
что
him
не могла
alive. What
захватить его
intentions the
живым.
Imperium
Ну и
has
что
here, I
здесь
suspect you
понадобилось?
know far
Понадобилось
better than I.
Тейнтеру. Что, сдается мне, вы знаете лучше меня.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants'
Мне
quarters.
кажется, ключ
This
ведет туда.
key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter.
Ее мечта сбылась, она хотела быть при дворе. Все мечтала о красивом зеркальце. Смотрела в него, и ее мать его разбила. Но вообще мать подготовила тело Морригана для переселения, чтобы жить бессмертно. Кто играл в Origins, тот помнит. Для чего она украла фолиант своей матери и искала там ответ. Это отсылка к Origins. Несмотря на то, что она была союзником в первой части, здесь неизвестно, стоит ли ей доверять. Может, она и есть тот маг, который задурманил ум Селины, или она к этому причастна. Так что неизвестно, в какую игру играет Морриган. Морриган может быть коварным.
Lady Solange l'évêque, marquise of Montvert. Ambassador to the court.
When my third husband, Pierre, lost his life to Rosalia, I swore off marriage forever.
So many crimes of fashion.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Orlais. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
The things courtiers get up to.
Inquisitor, is there something you needed?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
I'll let you know at once if I do.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
The game, of course. Celine has something up her sleeve.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We will be happy to assist you if we can. Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Неудобный ракурс. Сквозь тело мы смотрим на фрейлин Селины.
Perhaps you could tell me something then. I'd like to know more about Empress Celine.
Her Majesty has held the throne since she was just 16 years old.
She is respected and beloved, not just in Orlais, but across Thedas. She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
We haven't been properly introduced.
How rude of us to forget. Milady Inquisitor, may I present Lady Couteau?
And Lady Colombe.
And of course, Lady Fleur. We are the Empress's ladies-in-waiting.
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns Ambassador Briala. Her people have infiltrated every part of the Winter Palace.
This is extremely alarming, Inquisitor.
She could be spying on our every word. How exciting!
She killed ambassadors from both Celine and Gaspard and forged documents to both sides.
How despicable!
After the Empress extended her hospitality? She's better at the game than we thought.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. It seems strange to hold peace talks during a ball.
Oh, do your people have no customs surrounding great occasions? How sad.
By Orlesian tradition, moments of great solemnity are celebrated with revels and feasts, while joyous occasions are given time for reflection and contemplation. We must never forget that life is both bitter and sweet.
The ball is an opportunity to celebrate life and hope for the future, while we mourn those killed in the war.
Эти метания меня сводят с ума, но я не могу поменять ракурс. Мне нужно выйти из разговора. Не буду этого делать.
What can you tell me about the other parties involved in the talks?
Gaspard is a decorated general, much beloved by the Imperial Army, and a legend among chevaliers.
He is better suited to the battlefield than the throne, and he would gladly make his palace a war camp. He's also fiendishly charming. Lady Briala has great intentions to change the lives of the elves for the better. Even if her plans could never work and would only provoke hate crimes against alienages.
She is an idealist, but her lack of patience could prove disastrous.
What is the Empress trying to accomplish with the negotiations?
Peace is her only objective, Inquisitor.
Gaspard and Briala are driven by personal ambitions, but those desires threaten the safety of all Orlesians.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
If the evening ends favorably for the Empress, how does the Inquisition benefit?
Her Imperial Majesty brings the might of the Orlesian Empire with her friendship.
She is also a respected diplomat and world leader. She can forge alliances for you with Rivain, Antiva, the Underfells.
And she throws the best parties.
My investigations turned up something interesting. My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns the Grand Duke.
Я вот не знаю, стоит им говорить об этом, если мы все-таки решили выбрать Гаспара.
He's made a lot of threats to the Council of Heralds.
The Grand Duke is all talk, Inquisitor.
А, это они и так знают.
Accompanied by swords. He has never had any skill at the game.
My investigations turned up something interesting. Good evening.
Until next time, Inquisitor.
Do take care. Enjoy the masquerade.
Did you say Gaspard dogs?
Another time, perhaps?
На нижний уровень я уже не могу спуститься, у нас там дверь осталась в саду.
This could be worth checking out.
Взять оружие, надеть доспехи можно в инвентарь.
Someone will be held accountable
Кто
for
ответит
this.
за это все?
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Наверное, те самые эльфы, которые ищут агента Дориана. Дала Солусу свой скипетр. И все урон от огня. Наверное, урон от холода. Отдала. Мы и так погибаем, может нет. Сделать лучше так. Сделай Кассандре максимальное здоровье. Даже у нас прокачан. Ну, наконец-то. Способность-то надо ему качнуть эту тоже.
We should search the area.
Так, статуэтки гал. Статуэтки гал, которые используем для того, чтобы открыть двери. А нам нельзя здесь долго находиться, у нас влияние уменьшается. Это ведь не слуга, что он здесь делал? Это герб семьи Гаспара, рукоять кинжала. Пора перемолвить словечком с своим герцогом. Агент Венатори. Я сейчас не хочу способность инквизитора тратить. Венатори ждали нас. Они готовы к бою. Какая-то маска у нас оказалась в инвентаре. Я ее решила одеть. Надо вернуться, пока нас не хватились. Сейчас вернемся. Только не говорите, что я не могу снять с него защиту. Нет, могу. Так, ладно. Там что-то выпало. Сейчас надо проверить. А, это не выпало, это здесь. Надо собрать. Что это такое? Куда эта дверь ведет? Хотел проверить. Но не открывается. Ничего важного нету. По нему нажала. Честно сказать, я запуталась, как выбирать Гаспара или Селину. Так, деньги вон. Деньги вот. Не знаю, зачем нужно их кидать. Сундук. Тут еще есть одна комната. Подождите, нам схрон не нужен. Мы так справляемся. Может, еще кто встретится? Сейчас потратим, может, еще. Невосприимчив. Нет, он еще один остался. Ой, не то, опять нажала. Венатори появились, откуда не возьмусь. Что тут такое? Не тороплюсь. Может, не знаю, как пройдет у нас задание. Это... Мы по кругу, что ли, обошли? Да, там лестница была наверх, надо туда подняться. Никак не могу найти место квеста основное. Вон каменный гал. Сколько у меня здесь сохранений? Как мне на ту сторону подняться? Монетка. Это какой-то мы вас не увидели. Много мы сейчас будем вас убивать. Мне нравятся способности Соуса. Что здесь есть схрон? Высший меч чародея. Наверх можно подняться. Ключное кольцо. Расположение. Да. Наверх еще есть лестница. Где? Мы здесь были. Ты ходишь в библиотеку, что ли? Попробуй слишком осуждать. Добычу-то забрать. Не разрешаете? Подумай только встретить вас здесь. Инквизитор Валан решили наконец перебраться в людскую поближе к своему народу. Мы не были представлены так, ведь я послал Бриала. Если знать, обращаются с эльфами так, как будто мы не подданные страны, вполне можно попасть в ловушку другой. Неплохо вы почистили это место. Я пришла, чтобы спасти своих исчезнувших людей и отомстить за них. Комиссар совета Геродов во дворе. Это не ваша работа, верно?
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers, but killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts.
Это жесты отчаяния, господа. Должно быть, планирует ударить этой ночью.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little
Что
bit
если вы склонитесь чуть-чуть в нашу сторону, это может принести пользу нам обоим. Просто мысль. Опять политика и двуличие. Есть во дворце хоть кто-нибудь не затронут этой гадостью? Сплошь вероломство и удары в спину. Прямо как дома. Что-то непонятный разговор какой-то произошел у нас с ней. Неоднозначный. Гаспар хочет убить Селину или нет? Я не в курсе. Я до конца в это не верю. Говорят, что он плохой игрок. А она сказала, что здесь все носят маски. Пока непонятно. Это крыло когда-то служило вторым домом 4 младшим ветвям рода Вальван, но после восшествия на престол императора Флориана им перестали пользоваться. Покойный император не пускал в Зимний дворец никаких родственников, кроме ближайших. История. Это что такое с статуэткой на замучивание? Там еще, по-моему, не все проверили. Статуэтки Гала мы пропустили. Вниз надо спрыгивать, а потом опять бежать сюда. Как-то это очень долго получится. 5 статуэток. О, эльфийский. Интересно, откуда он здесь взялся. Здесь эльфов много. Почему бы и нет? Многие любят эльфов. Они в качестве друзей. В качестве любовников или слуг. Шпионов. Или потешить свое самолюбие, смотреть на них свысока. Как нам здесь написали. Так это я что, по кругу вошла? Ну да. Это на первом этаже, да? Фиг агент. Я перед вами в ногу. Инквизитор.
Head back to the ballroom.
Идите обратно в бальную залу. Мы тут все почистим. Так, мы автоматически переоделись. Соус на самом деле неоднозначная персона. В принципе, наверное, ничего удивительного, что из него захотели сделать главного героя 4-й части, хотя это не точно. Тайная встреча Гаспара. Исследуйте зал трофея. Правда ли о вас говорят? Вы ведь инквизитор, так? Слышали о вас много историй о ваших деяниях.
I'd wager I have better tales than anything you've heard.
I told you, Philippe.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
I'm curious.
Любопытно, что же вы знаете о битве с архидемоном? Говорят, что армия Инквизиции удерживала убежище в отчаянном бою с силами древнего бога. Сражение разгоралось, и вы встретились лицом к лицу с воплощением зла, магия против магии. Тогда вы обрушили на архидемона гору. Даже если правда здесь только 10-я часть, все же это настоящий подвиг. Если желаете, командир Калин мог подробно рассказать вам о битве. Он сейчас в бальном зале. Правда? Он здесь совсем ненадолго. Пожалуйста.
I need to get back before I'm missed.
Considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Yes?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
Good evening, Inquisitor.
We are not serving drinks. Order someone else.
Is it my imagination? Or are there more Inquisition officers now than there were before? You're seeing things.
Inquisitor. Enjoying the ball, I hope.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Did you hear what Gaspar said to
We'd
Duke?
better put you three at the bridge.
His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that?
Just gossip.
Так, сейчас нам нужно дойти до Лилианы, отдать ей сплетни. И мы пойдем дальше по квесту. Основному. Как раз подойдем к этой страже.
Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties. Where has that servant gone? Elves, always
I'll be
shirking
ready for
their
your
duties.
signal, provided the spicy punch isn't as strong as it seems.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
Other than an overabundance of lavender perfume? No, nothing extraordinary.
Try not to get too drunk while I'm gone.
You ask so much of me.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the council of
Should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Inquisitor Lavalin. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Герцогиня Великая Дориана де Шалон.
Why am I not at all
Признаюсь,
surprised
я
that you
не
want to see me
удивлена,
now?
что вы захотели меня
This
сейчас
is our
увидеть.
lay, Inquisitor. Nothing happens by accident. I believe tonight you and I are both
Полагаю, и
concerned
вы,
by
и
the
я
actions of
оказались сегодня
a
здесь, потому что
certain
нас
person.
чрезвычайно волнует
Come,
планы.
dance with me.
Идемте
Spies
танцевать,
will
во
not
время
hear us on
танца
the
шпионы
dance
нас
floor.
не услышат. Ну, у нас есть партнер.
I'm already taken, Your Grace.
Your lover has nothing to fear. This is business, not pleasure. Have the Dalish gained a sudden passion for politics? What do you know about our civil war?
У далийцев неожиданно проснулась страсть к политике, что вам известно о нашей гражданской войне.
I assure you, the effects of this war reach
Я
far
вас
beyond the
уверяю
borders of the
последним.
Orlesian Empire.
Следствие этой войны простирается далеко за
Perhaps it
границы
does.
Орлея.
I should not be surprised to
Вероятно,
find
это
the
так.
Empire is
Меня
the
не
center of
должно
everyone's
удивлять,
world.
что империя
It took
оказывает
great
центр
effort to arrange tonight's negotiations.
мира. Устроить сегодняшние переговоры было непросто. И при этом одна из
The
сторон.
security of the Empire.
Безопасность империи на кону. Никто
Neither
из
one
нас
of
не
us
хотел
wishes
бы
to see it
увидеть ее
fall.
падение.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
Так, танец с соусом у нас свободен, надеюсь. Останется в силе.
An excellent question. I might ask the same of you, Your Grace.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
If you know something, tell me.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
I'd happily do more dancing, just not with Corypheus.
I promise not to invite him to your next ball.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venitori, and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
You have an idea, Leliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best for Orlais?
More than that, whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thedas.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celine. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard, provided his sister is wrong about him.
I would suggest Brialla. She could bring true peace, not only to the Empire, but also to its elves.
This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
Ну, вообще, в первую очередь, я думала выбрать того, кто поможет в схватке с корифеем. Это точно не императрица. Хоть она и имеет влияние, здесь все любят, она умеет вести переговоры и может добавить влияние для Инквизиции среди дворян и знатных господ. Но жизни эльфов я бы изменила, раз уж мы играем за эльфа. Почему бы и нет?
How should I support Briala? I assume she can't be Empress.
She can't. She can, however, be the power behind the throne, with Gaspard.
True. She could never control Celine, not with their history.
So Celine dies and Gaspard takes the throne. Briala would need a way to control him, some kind of leverage.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access, and in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Значит, у нас будет Гаспар править, но не однозначно. Шпионом будет Бриала, и это нужно для поддержки Инквизиции. Ну и плюс это, наверное, поможет эльфам с их не очень приятным положением в мире.
Inquisitor? Inquisitor? Inquisitor?
Hello.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Val Raiyo.
Are all the Delancés here?
Yeah, such...
Ugh. So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Excellent.
Inquisitor, is there something you needed?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. Other people. Not you.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again. You look radiant.
Remarking.
Lady Inquisitor.
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, milady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Would you care to dance, Lady Mantillon?
You, Inquisitor are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first. Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
Good evening, milady.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Do you have any interest in dancing?
A great deal. Although dancing with an elven apostate would win you few favors with the court. Perhaps once our business here is done.
I'll be back.
Hunt well.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
He should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
Need more service in the ballroom. Is everybody? Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspar will ruin us all.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of
We need more servers in the ballroom.
Gaspar
Is everybody?
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom. This door is sealed for the evening. Please, move along.
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Good to know.
How does things look out there? Are the negotiations over yet?
Both the Empress and the Grand Duke look angry. This can't be good. Is it my imagination? Or are there more Inquisition honor guards now than there were before?
We are not serving drinks. Order someone else.
I had no idea.
Hello? Is anyone there? Somebody? Anybody?
Thank you. I hope you're not disappointed I stole your dance partner.
No, not at all. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace.
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Is there anyone else who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess Floriane?
It used to. This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
What were you trying to find in Floriane's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
If there's a reason you distrust Briala, I want to hear it.
I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play Revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Most Orlesians would say that's Celine's scandal, not Briala's.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
I'm thinking trap. Yes, definitely.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment, if you were looking for a dance partner.
Yes, I see that. Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Why kill the Empress? What does Corypheus want to achieve?
Celine's death is a stepping stone on the path to a better world. Corypheus will enter the Black City and claim the godhood waiting for him. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world, guided by the hand of an attentive god.
You're Orlesian royalty. Why would you help Corypheus attack your empire?
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why settle for an empire when Corypheus will remake the entire world? I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspar's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
What exactly is in this for you?
The world, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Thedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
At this point, I think disappointment was an old friend.
Poor dear, you can't begin to imagine what Calpurnia and I have in store. And now I suppose you never will. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill her. Bring me the marked hand as proof. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Trust his tits. What was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Make her bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here.
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Tell me everything you know.
The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking punsy cheesemongers.
Want a new job? One that pays better. The Inquisition can always use a good mercenary company.
You hiring? I'm game. Anything's better than this bullshit. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Maker, you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
The Duchess will assassinate Celine personally. Wait for her to strike, then grab her.
As you command.
Let all gathered attend. Her Imperial Majesty will now address the court.
My friends, we have lost much. We have each seen a child, a lover, a friend consigned to the flames. The darkness has closed in around us, but even now there is light. We must be that light. We must lead our people safely through these troubled times. We must be their guiding star. Tonight, the war dividing us must end.
My friends, we are here to witness a historic moment. A great change is coming for all of us. Isn't that right, Gaspard?
Florian! What have you done?
Don't be coy. It went just as we planned. I did this for you, brother.
Me? Have you gone mad?
No, not Gaspard. You did this for Corypheus.
What a terrible guest you are, interrupting your host. For Corypheus! Kill them! I should thank you. You played your part marvelously. Both Celine and Gaspard destroyed in a single blow. The Council of Heralds will devour each other, and while they do, Corypheus will come. The demons of Adamant were not his only army. The Empire will fall, and Thedas with it.
Not on my watch.
That is precisely why I led you out here, Inquisitor. Your death will be the crowning jewel of my victory tonight. So good of you to attend my soirée.
wasting your time trying to stir the nobility against me. We are at war.
I hardly have to stir them at all. Your sister murdered Celine. Everyone saw it. You're a traitor by association.
What do you hope to gain, Rabbit? You can't claim Celine's empty throne for yourself.
Maybe not. But I can keep it from you.
With everything I've found on Gaspard, I'm sure Briala can effectively rule the Empire.
I doubt anything in the world, let alone inside the palace, could put the Rabbit in power.
This paper contains orders to your general about troop movements, inside the palace tonight, no less.
A precaution. As events have shown, my men helped defend the court from harm.
Ah, so you did know your sister planned to attack the palace?
We have your Ferelden mercenaries standing by to testify that you are going to attempt a coup tonight.
The Council of Heralds would be most interested to hear that, don't you think, Your Grace?
You've made your point. What are your demands?
Don't worry, Your Majesty. You'll find you can endure them.
Remember who put you here, Briala.
Don't worry, Inquisitor. I'm not about to forget your part in this. The Inquisition will have all the support I can raise. I promise. The elves of Rolais have a future. For the first time in centuries. If only Celine, my people will find a way to repay you. I promise you.
Just use this opportunity well.
I will. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. But we're keeping our new emperor waiting. Go give the nobility the good news.
Lords and ladies of the court, it is done. This was not the end any of us would have chosen. But the civil war is over. We stand here as proof of the Empire's fortitude. Our enemies must learn that Olay shall not fall to treachery. We will never surrender our Empire. We shall teach them the finality of this truth with steel. With the Inquisition, we will drive the demons back into the Fade. The Maker himself could not protect them from the wrath of the Lion.
Together, we will assure a future of peace and security, not just for Olay, but all Thedas.
Gather your soldiers, my friends. The Empire marches to war.
Here, at last, I find our absent hero. Hidden away, despite the efforts of all Orlais, to find you. The elves raise glasses in your honor while the newly crowned emperor glowers. 'Tis quite the spectacle.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You, at least, I'm glad to see.
Then I have happy news, as you shall be seeing a great deal more of me. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Gaspar wishes to offer any and all aid to the one who supported his ascent to the throne. So, here I am.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Gaspar never liked my attendance at court. He wishes me as far from here as possible. Mayhap he feels the Inquisition a convenient repository for unwanted apostates. I cannot say. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais, and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages, do you mean blood magic?
I know many obscure, forgotten, and forbidden arts. Some of it you might consider blood magic, yes? Should thought of that frighten you, allow me to offer reassurance. Knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess, I place at your disposal, to make use of or ignore as you desire.
First sign of trouble and you're out.
I am not joining you. I am a liaison, advising on the throne's behalf and helping when called upon to do so. If you find that objectionable, you may indeed spurn your new ally's offer. Yet consider this. You battle a foe you scarce understand, with all Thedas hanging in the balance. You need all the help you can get, Inquisitor. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
I'm not surprised to find you out here. Thoughts?
It's been a very long day.
For everyone, I'd imagine. It's nearly over now. Cullen's given the men their marching orders as we speak. Come, before the band stops playing, dance with me.
I'd love to.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Raiо as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Make us mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
Liliana and Cassandra are candidates to become the Divine. How is that possible?
Not yet. But they could be. We need them to be. There is precedent. Other times when clerics remained deadlocked, a successor was chosen from outside the clergy. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late Divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned Divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Liliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam-Shiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon, Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. You're just in time. We almost had to start without you.
What exactly were you starting without me now?
I found her, Ruffles. Deal her in.
I do hope I recall the rules. It's been ages since I've played a game of Wicked Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
Are 3 drakes better than a pair of swords? Ugh, I can never remember.
Seeker, remember how I said, don't show anyone your hand? That rule includes announcing it to the table.
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do. Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
Dealer starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... Oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
Seriously, who starts at 3 coppers? Silver or go home.
Sounds good. I'm in. Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
Just remember, I'm still new to this game.
Don't worry, you'll pick it up in no time.
So shiny.
The poor recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
He did not.
Good man.
You're shitting us.
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
I've got one for you. The clan decided to camp near this ruined fortress, right on the edge of the Tirashan, dark as the bottom of a well. The keeper swore up and down it was safe, but some of the hunters started hearing noises in the middle of the night. They ran out of there fast as you think, bare asses shining in the moonlight the whole way back to their village.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
Well done. You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit. There should be more rabbits in stories.
That was scandalous. It would ruin the Inquisition if anyone found out. Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything. I win again.
Deal again. I've figured out your tells, Lady Ambassador.
Commander, everyone knows a lady has no tells.
Then let's see if your good fortune lasts one more hand.
I'm not losing any more coin to Josephine, but I have got to see this.
Don't say a word, dwarf.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an Antivan, Commander.
I'm leaving. I don't want to witness our commander's walk of shame back to the barracks.
Well, I do. It comes off. I didn't know it came off.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
I enjoyed this.
See? That's what I mean. It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire. At least it is for me. You up for another game when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Who's that? Did I win?
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Sharau, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Sharau, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
If I go the rest of my life without ever dealing with the great game again, I'll die happy.
Sadly, as the Inquisitor, it is unlikely you will live without further courtly machinations. Unless the rest of your life is very short. In which case, I doubt you will die happy. In any event, Gaspar should be a steadfast ally. Briala will keep him in check, and look after the elves.
I hope Briala is able to use her position to help our people.
Our people? Who are? Oh, you mean elves? I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Who do you have much in common with? Who are your people?
A good question. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
You're an admirable man. Not many people know who they are the way you do.
Thank you. Both for saying that and for seeing it. Few in this world can see me, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears.